In today's video, I am going to teach you how to set up Zoho CRM Real Estate. If you are building a real estate workflow in Zoho CRM, the goal is simple. Structure your data so every property and every deal is tracked the right way. You will start by adding a custom module for properties. Then you will tailor the fields so the module matches real estate needs. After that, you will rename your deals module to transactions and align the pipeline stages. Finally, you will use workflow rules to automate agent task assignments for new leads. Let us get started. First, go to Setup, then find the section labeled Modules and Fields. In this area, Zoho lets you customize what CRM modules exist and what information they contain. Once you are there, create a custom properties module. Take a moment to review what you are creating, because this module will act as the main place where property records live. When Zoho prompts you for the module name, make sure it clearly reflects your purpose, like properties, so your team instantly understands what the records represent. After creating the module, save your changes before you move on. Next, you will add custom fields inside the properties module. This is where you define the real estate details your team will enter and search for. For example, you should add fields like listing price, property address, and bedrooms. When you add listing price, choose an appropriate field type so the value can be stored correctly, typically something like a number or currency type. For property address, use a text field so it can include street names and full formatting. For bedrooms, use a numeric field so it can be compared and filtered easily. As you create each field, think about how you want your data to be used later, such as in views, searches, and reports. Once the fields are created, confirm that they appear in the properties module layout, so they are visible when users open a property record. Now that your properties module is ready, you will adjust your deal tracking. The deals module is the default for sales pipelines, but in real estate, many teams prefer calling them transactions to match their process. So next, rename the deals module to transactions. This helps everyone on your team use consistent language. After renaming, go through the pipeline settings and update the pipeline stages. You should ensure the stages reflect how properties move through your process, such as things like lead to showing, offer, negotiation, and closed outcomes. The key here is to align each stage with what your agents actually do, so reporting remains meaningful. Take your time when updating stages, because pipeline stages influence both visibility and workflow automation that depends on deal status. With the module names and pipeline stages aligned, you are ready to automate agent work. Next, go to Setup and open Workflow Rules. This section controls automated actions that trigger when certain events happen in your CRM. What you want now is to automate agent task assignments for new leads. Create a workflow rule that triggers when a new lead is created. Then configure the rule so it assigns a task to the correct agent or queue, based on your intended routing method. Make sure the task includes the right action and the right do behavior, so it actually drives follow-up rather than sitting incomplete. As you set this up, watch the workflow rule summary carefully to confirm that the trigger is correct and that the action will execute exactly as you expect. After you configure the workflow rule, take a moment to review it in full. Verify that it will only run when new leads are created and that it will assign tasks to the intended recipients. If there are options to handle evaluation timing, choose the one that fits your workflow and saves changes. Then test the logic by thinking through a real scenario. When someone submits a new lead, the system should automatically generate the task and get it into the agent's work queue. This is what keeps follow-up consistent and reduces delays. That covers everything you need to know. You set up a properties module with the fields that real estate teams care about. You renamed deals to transactions and adjusted pipeline stages to match your process. And you used workflow rules to automatically assign tasks for new leads, and that is all there is to it.